Welcome back to the channel, 3 Live Stream. This is the 3 Live podcast with myself, M3 from M3 Reviews, Gushing, Moto Viper 21, and Bull 80, the usual suspects. Before we start saying much of anything, I got to bust open this beer and get this bitch started good.
Get this bitch started good, he said.
You use proper grammar.
That is grammar.
Perfect.
Go ahead, Marcos.
Oh man, what's up, you guys? Had a kind of a boring day today, and Pack was like, "Dude, you gotta liven up." I was like, "I know, man. One of those things." But what's up, Gushing? What's up, Bull? What's up, Moto Frank and Pat? Man, what's up, everybody on the M3 side? If there's anybody in there, I'm not sure yet, but shout out Mark cosplay BFS. What's up? Oh man, what's up, gentlemen? How you guys doing tonight, man? This is one of those episodes that I did like watching. It took me a minute. I've actually watched it 4 times. It's the one that I've watched the most, and I don't mind it. It was a little bit trippy, and I had to get my thoughts in line with what was actually happening. This time I watched it sober instead of drunk. And
oh my god!
Way different.
Nice.
Just different. But yeah, man. Shout out. What up, everybody?
Mark, I have not checked that audio file yet. I'll probably check that after the show. Sorry. Anybody knows me knows. Like Marcos said, we have a group chat, and Marcos is like, "I'm gonna get off here." 4-pack yells at me, dude. Like 3 hours before the show, like, don't fuck with me for a while. What up, old school?
It's live.
Yeah,
it's live. 3 hours
Larkin's
before the
later.
show.
What's up, Larkin?
Everybody, look at these good guys.
Nice.
Got old school.
Yes.
Oh man, Lone, we got everybody in here.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
What up, Lone?
So everybody knows. Just so everybody knows, we stream on 2 channels. This is on 3 Live Stream, but we're also streaming it to M3 Reviews too. So the more people we can talk to, the better. That's what it's all about. Dick Dragon says old school.
Oof.
So,
Dick Dragon.
oh man.
What up, old school?
That sounds pretty dangerous, but
No, Dragon Dick would sound dangerous. Dick Dragon's just an asshole.
okay. Okay. All right. Let me. I had it twisted for a second, but I'm sorted out.
Oh wait, maybe none of us have a long enough dick to be dragon, so we didn't catch the pun real quick. Dick Dragon. Shout out, old school was like, no, you guys, it's Dragon Dick, man.
Hey, what up, cosplay? What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
What up?
Oh,
And just so everybody knows, I fucking hate doing these on Monday. Man, every time we have to do these on Monday, I don't have like enough fucking time to do this shit. But you know what? One
It was a
hand
busy
and
day.
the other.
Who cares? Let's
Yeah,
get it.
oh, Winkle.
We're good.
So what's going on with everybody? We'll start with Bull. What's been going on this week?
Nothing much, man. We had the whole Easter weekend deal with the family, doing all that jazz, and I went hunting a little bit, found a few things, and also watched Mandalorian twice. Watched this episode twice. So the second time I was by myself, laser focused. I didn't have a bunch of people hanging out with me. So even though I enjoy that as well, I still have to watch the episode laser focused so we can do this. So I got that accomplished.
I'm sorry. I'm distracted by the chat. Please go. When you said you went hunting, I pictured you with a rifle in like full camo going out hunting deer.
No, I'm talking about hunting.
I understand. That's my style of hunting.
Which I can do. I can do the other one as well. I just don't talk about that much here.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Long dragon.
Yeah, that's funny. Lone Dragon says M3's mom calls me Long Dragon.
Can you imagine if he was your father right now?
Lone, I just saw my mom yesterday, and she's like, "How's your buddy Lone Dragon?" I just love his large penis.
Oh my god! This went to a completely different place.
You know what? I gotta give
Mr.
shout out to your mom. Your mom's a great lady. Mom's an awesome
Yes.
lady.
She is. Shout out, mom. Hi, mom. If ever you watch this, mom, I love you, mom. Don't watch this, mom.
Yeah, do not watch this. Do not watch
You'll
this.
be extremely no.
That's why That's why Marcos does really long live streams. He's like, nobody's gonna be able to go in here and watch all this fucking shit I do and hear what I say.
That is true.
Let
What's
it
up?
run.
So what you been doing this week? How's your week, Moto Viper?
Oh, it's been good, man. Work's been busy. Enjoying the springtime weather finally over here in my neck of the woods. And yeah, did the family thing over the weekend with Easter and did a little hunting myself. And yeah, and here we are on Monday, man, ready to rock it with this Mando.
Yep. And you, Gushing, what's happening, man?
Not much. I worked. I had to work on Easter, but I got off early enough to where I was able to come home, have dinner. We went and the boys waited, and we did egg hunt. But we had them put on like those glow in the dark necklaces and on their wrists and everything else, and they were running around. And I put tools out so they could I put eggs up on the top of the fence, and that was good. That was the highlight of my day. Aside from that, just bought a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Now I'm not regretting it, but
You know how it goes, man. You know how it goes. So let me explain this to chat. When we stream to both channels at once, whoever's on M3 will see who's ever in chat. Who's ever on 3 Live Stream will see whoever's in chat. So I'll try to link you guys together as much as I can without posting up every comment. So you know how it is. You want up on the board, you better put up some fucking meat and potatoes or make us laugh. Anyway, how's your weekend, 3, before we start this fuck train?
Oh, it's really good, Pat. Thanks for asking. Shout out to our Lord Jesus Christ and Savior for any motherfuckers that didn't know what Easter was all about. Hello. Just want to throw
Thank
that
you.
in there real quick. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have given. Yes, yes. And done. Yes, yes. And to be alive again is fucking awesome because we will be with you one day. But I don't normally do that, but man, every Easter I try to do something. Even when I was doing reviews, I did an Easter review, but it was on Easter. It happened to be of a figure.
what up, Pops?
But I think it was a Day of the Dead. Oh, it was the Day of the Dead Basojo figure, and it didn't coincide with Easter. But I was like, oh shit, I didn't plan that out properly. But yeah, anyway, we had a good Easter weekend. Everything was fun. I got to see family, and family came over, and we went to go see family. Everybody was giving me shit with my family about Bud Light. They were hoping that I was going to be like, oh yeah, fuck Bud Light. And I'm like, I can't. It's literally tattooed on my fucking side, dude. It's going to take, if they did like a denounce God commercial, I'd probably get rid of Bud Light. But I'm not going to let some little boy fucking tell me how I'm going to be buying beer, you know?
Bud Light was here going strong long before that bullshit.
Yeah, it's just sorry to interrupt, but Kathleen Kennedy took over Bud Light, and I watched the review or watched her today talk. It's literally Kathleen Kennedy, bro. And I'm like, okay, I get it. What's up, TKD bar? I get it, but yeah.
Bar.
None of that shit.
Though.
None of that shit.
Trunk.
What up, Pops?
Old school.
Oh yeah, I'm done. Pass the mic.
Okay. Well, so I have titled this show. Obviously, we're covering The Mandalorian season 3, episode 6, and what the actual fuck, bro? What the actual fuck? I will let everybody kind of talk, and I don't know, man. So before we start that, I will say something. If we get stricken down, I'm sorry. The show will be short, but I tried to clip this out the most I can to defeat the algorithm. But there's a dude in here who we're going to talk about some of these actors showing up, but I did want to give this actor a shout for some good shit he did. And we're going to check it out right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tenacious D.
This is a song called The History of Tenacious D. It's a chronicling of our rise to power. We've walked with Jesus and his cross. He did not die in vain, no! We've traveled through space and time, my friends, to rock this house again. And we'll ride to the planets collide. And if you say that we do not ride, I'll tan your fucking hide. Ride! Calf fingers be silver.
Jack's voice then be gold.
But lest you think we're vain. Tenacious D! We reign! Oh, no! Burrito supreme, and a chicken supreme, and a cutlet supreme. Supreme, yeah. Supreme. Burrito supreme, and a chicken supreme, and a cutlet supreme. Supreme! Yeah!
Fuck yes, dude.
Tenacious D.
Yes. You see how
Go ahead.
I edited that to try to beat the algorithm?
Yeah. Pretty good, man.
Dude,
Pretty
when
good.
I seen him, I'm like, man. So we're gonna start the episode. We're gonna start this episode now. Let me get caught up with chat. But that what you just saw, in just for my personal preference, was way better than that fucking trash that I watched one time yesterday, and I watched the last 5 minutes of it today. So, but that's just my opinion. We all have different opinions, man, and no shade to anybody else. But Zachary Simmons, what's up, man? Beer is not beer. Beer is different, and some beers suck fucking balls, bro.
Oh,
got Dave.
come on.
What up, Zach?
Yes, David Lynchen. A Stray Blue One is in the house.
What's up,
But-
Stray?
Yeah, so that's why I was late. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to spend my time doing that as opposed to writing down parts of this episode, and we're just going to free talk about it. Let's see.
What's up, David?
Somebody was noisy. Somebody was making a lot of noise while I was playing that. Don't get a game ball tonight, guys. Don't get
I
a
think it
game
was
ball.
that click.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was
So-
that was bull.
No, it wasn't.
Somebody.
Had my
fucking
shit on.
shit up.
I had my mic off.
Thank God, Coors ain't Bud Light. They don't. Shout out to Kid Rock for using automatic weapons to show his support for Bud Light. I wanted to play that video too, but I did not. So,
What did he
Jeezy
call
Queasy.
himself? He said he called himself Grandpa, didn't he? He referred to himself as Grandpa, I believe.
Who?
Did he?
Kid Rock, yeah, he was like Grandpa, and he said it. Then he shot the gun. He referred to himself as Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
And I was like,
Yeah.
is that Kid Rock? Who the hell is that? And I was, oh, that is Kid Rock. It took me.
Grandpa.
So we have successfully spent 12 minutes talking about things that I think were better in this episode, but that's why we're here.
I like the episode.
Um,
Damn, Gina.
Yeah.
So M3, go ahead and fire us off if you got some bullet points on the beginning of the episode. Dan, go ahead.
Damn, what's up, you guys? Hey, David Lynch, what's up, bro? Jeezy Creasy, Mark's still here. DFS, man, Lone Dragon. But hey, so the opening,
Fish love.
excuse me, but right before the opening, before the helmet's in the intro, or it's the intro, was the you could skip it if you want to, and
Yeah.
and so it has the part where the pirate threw baby Grogu into the water, and Din Djarin jumped in, and then Bo-Katan saved them both, right? And then the guy that was standing there, that other Mandalorian, after watching it 4 times, I didn't know that was the dude that was fucking
Oh, really?
Axe Woves at the end, right? So when I saw that, because remember I was telling Pac I watched it drunk and high for the last 3-4 times. So this time I watched it sober, and I was like, oh, there's that dude. Never made that correlation before. And then it goes into the opening scene, which was I'll let somebody else go because it's something about with Captain Shuggoth, I think her name is, where she's in the fish tank, and that's her ship that the other Mandalorian. So then it kind of opened up into that, and I was like, this makes sense. So this was an eye opener, making sense, Pack, because I didn't like it the other 3-4 times either. That was my take on it. But now I kind of get it. And it was short, and they didn't really get into the Jack Black world and shit, because I think that's what you don't like. I think you like the beginning, and I think you like the end, but that's it. So, and you know what the most creepiest thing to me was that really weirded me out was the kiss, dude.
No.
Oh,
Do it. I know you want to do it. I was like,
Just like
with the
You
tentacles.
loved it.
Dude,
It looks like that's your You
I
Alright.
would love that.
we'll tap you in, Bull, when M3 get.
I'm done. Pass the mic.
Go ahead, Bull.
I just want to piggyback off the opening. I guess the opening scene where it like does all the flashbacks of everything. I didn't catch it the first time, but I caught it the second time I watched it. Not to go completely to the end of the show, but it does show Bo-Katan rescuing Din Djarin and her using the lightsaber to cut the metal like spider looking thing in half that he references later. So that's pretty cool that they threw that in mentally for us to see, to be like, oh yeah, now I remember she did that. So I think they do that on purpose when they're putting in little tidbits of stuff that happened in the past.
I think that's supposed to be a precursor. Well, anytime that you watch the intro, the pre-intro where they give you the recap, I think that's, to me, it's always been like, okay, this must be a precursor or things getting ready to happen. Like, hey, remember this happened, so think about that while you watch this. Go ahead, Bull.
Oh, that's it. Pass the mic. I just want to piggyback off of M3 about the opening.
Let's pass it to Gushing. We're talking about the intro with the fish love.
The fish love. I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool, but I really didn't have much in ways of that. Mine is kind of like encompasses the entire episode, so I've got just something that I picked up on for myself, and I don't know if anybody else is going to share the same thought, but we'll talk about that later.
Hey, one quick thing. At the beginning, it was very Star Trek-y for me. I don't know why. And then other bits and pieces were Star Trek-y, like people's outfits, like the whole alien thing at the beginning when they were talking about hailing someone. It was very Star Trek-y. It's okay, but I don't know if you guys noticed that or not.
Mark Cosplay says, if you didn't know, they live on the same planet, but those both races are always at war. Yeah, I've definitely picked up on that.
Yeah,
Romeo and Juliet type shit.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. That's pretty much what they were talking about.
But yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead,
She dropped him like a bad habit, though, and said childish fling. And he says, you can't be serious about it. She goes, hey, I worked too hard to build up what I got. You got to go.
Yep. Well, she was like, I'll see you later. And
yeah,
that's just a nice way of when she gave him the tentacle loving, saying, this is the last you'll get of this.
Yeah.
But, another thing I noticed, too, is the mercenaries, the Mandalorian mercenaries. It's kind of a small job, odd job. And then Wolves is like, hey, we got to hurry. We got to get over to, we got a contract at XR15 or something like that, So I kind of picked up on like, okay, so they're just doing small whatever and chilling on this planet, protecting them, getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I got from the beginning so far.
DFS says the story was predictable, but not in a bad way. Jeezy Crazy says the opening just felt like Lizzo and Black relationship star-crossed. Yeah, we'll get to all these cameos. I think
there were a lot.
Shit ton.
We got Jesse Bowling. What is up, man? What is up, Jesse Bowling? M3, what's up, my friend? Been a while.
Hi, Jesse. How are you, sir? Thank you, baby.
Look at that.
What
Always good service. So I'm gonna talk about the intro. The intro you can skip. I'm gonna talk about that later. But this beginning. So we always we talk on this show like we talk about the first intro part before they do the intro, the helmets and all that. This was one of the worst. I was completely not engaged in this. I'm like, this is not something I even want to fucking care about. Maybe you should put this in one of your more kiddie cartoon series. Fucking, because Rebels to me it's got meat and potatoes in it, right? But Ezra always. That show was so hard for me to watch because it felt like a kid's drawn show type deal. So I've never been into the Ezra character, but it just felt like something. Maybe you should throw that in a cartoon. I didn't enjoy it at all. Go ahead.
Real quick, so that was my dilemma as well. It was so, but then I thought to myself, like you told me in the beginning, it's Star Wars is Star Wars, bro. You're gonna see all kinds of fucking different things and all these little. I know you kind of were leaning towards characters, not worlds that had that kind of life. But hey, you never know what's out there, right? So if we're doing that, so I opened my eyes. And I don't know, but now I like it.
Your eyes were open because you weren't squinting from being high. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
The good thing is it only lasted like 3 minutes, so that was a good thing. It was extremely short.
Yeah, I'll pass it. I'm sorry, but Jack Black was in it. I was like, I'm done. Once I have a connection, it's over. I like Jack Black.
Doc Brown, me, Doc Brown.
Okay.
And I saw him and Lizzo and our
What was that?
I said Jack Black also. I enjoyed his character a lot, but I like Doc Brown, even though he turned out to be, the bad guy.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, we'll get into that. Man, I'm telling you this. So I'm gonna say this too. I do appreciate Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Even though I may not like something, I still overall like The Mandalorian. My opinion doesn't want to be hateful. It just says, man, I didn't like this. This wasn't for me. The parts we're talking about so far. Let's see. Before we go on, I'm going to bring this up because we talked about it on the last episode. If I can find it really fast.
1.21 gigawatts. Is it giga or giga?
It's Giga.
Do you want to bet me your freaking Unicron again?
I forgot already, though. I forgot what it was.
It's gigawatt.
Or Giga.
Gigawatt.
Okay, so last time we were talking about the ratings, and like a lot of people, some people were saying, "Well, I don't really care about the rating." The ratings matter because it's money, right? The ratings don't do well, we don't continue to have a show. That's just how fucking shit works.
Yep.
So the debut for it was they were 5th because it's 4 weeks back. So now it's popping at 6th.
Really?
Yeah, it's dropped another spot again with the likes of Luther from Netflix above it, HBO Max, The Last of Us. That's a very popular series. MH370, the piano, the plane
Naked and Afraid in Love
that disappeared, Outer Banks, you. So it slipped another spot, and I still think it's because they had to scramble, and I still think this is because Kathleen Kenney's got her fucking hands in shit, and it doesn't matter how good you are when she fucking throws her fucking when she does her shit and throws a wrench in the kink, you got to fucking scramble. And sometimes it might take a little bit for the scrambling to correct what's happened.
And the kink was the wrench was Corona being taken out.
I think so. Yes, I do. Okay, if you're writing a story, she was in 1 and 2. So they didn't they had stuff already written before season 2 was done. So she was a big part of it.
I was watching a special with Favreau, and he said that they like to write 3-4 years ahead.
So
I mean, that's a lot of writing.
Yeah. So when they create a toy, right? We hear about third-party toys. We hear about official toys. And so I heard one time that toys are usually created. Some of them third parties are drawn up and designed like 3.5, 4 years before it pops. So they're scrambling. I can see they're scrambling in the fucking season 3, man, like a motherfucker. And that's not his fault. You can only do what you can do, right? But I still think he can save it. I still think the both of them can save it.
But yeah, so it could be untainted for you. Yeah, that's cool.
Yes,
It's one episode didn't fuck up the whole thing for you.
You talking about this episode?
Yeah.
No. So I defended the really long one with the long part with Dr. Pershing.
Yeah.
It was boring, but I looked for meat and potatoes in it. Just to say, look, I'm supporting what you're doing. I'm looking for stuff, but I got to be honest. That was the start of things slowing down and getting really weird.
Yeah.
To me.
Agreed.
If they would have followed up on his character and what happened to him maybe it would have grabbed people's attention more. But they never
I-
even
I
visited that.
agree with that.
I think obviously they will. They're not going to leave that hanging, right? But
Well, they've waited too long, in my opinion.
I agree. I think that that's a great point. I think that not tying up or tying in any parts of the story like they've done in previous seasons where it may have seemed like that was the end. You may not hear anything, but they tie it into something else, and then it's like a revelation. It makes sense. I think that they haven't been following through with that in this season.
Yeah.
The season started out great for me. I was like, oh, this is wonderful, and then it just went.
And that episode was the longest episode so far this season too, right? So we were watching that the most. And if they thought people might not have liked the speed of it, well, come on, man, go on the other end and let us know what's going on, right? And just pick it up. That's all I'm saying. And don't wait too long.
yeah, so I do want preface. There's a lot of people that put their blood, sweat, and tears into doing this show. My thing is to get on here and disrespect them.
No, I'm not trying.
No,
No,
just for me.
Absolutely.
I'm the one who titled this. I'm the one who doesn't like a lot of the stuff that started to trend. There's a lot of editors. There's a lot of people that put their hard-earned time and all these. So I'm gonna say all these different producers. I don't know if that's a good way to go. I mean, is that also contributing to stability? This seems like all over the board.
I agree with that, but you remember last week we were all talking about who was going to do this episode, and all of us were pretty excited about that, right?
I was
at that time. So,
hey, maybe she took marching orders.
It's a catch-22. It's like, oh, we're excited about the person. If they don't do well, it's like, oh, why would they let them do it?
I won't say that. I've been having ever since they did that long episode, I've started my critiquing with things. Something doesn't feel right here. Yeah, so this isn't just this episode. And I asked you guys last time, I'm like, man, I just don't remember shows having this many producers. And I don't know if it was Moto, Gushing, or Bull that had said, yeah, they're doing this for different points of view. But
that was me.
It was good. Yeah.
So Gushing, when telling a long story, do you think that's the best route to go?
Okay, I think that it can still work, but I think what the problem is through all these different perspectives and whatnot. Before, I think they had a game plan, and I think they had the ability to sit down and really discuss what they want to accomplish. And I think right now, I don't think it's the same. I don't think that they're coming together and really discussing things because the different producers are doing small bits.
Yeah.
Like one was doing fights and stuff like that. Another was doing storyline. Another was doing character development. And I don't think it's working right now because I don't think that they're working together. To be honest, it doesn't feel like it.
There almost has to still be one chief, right? That's over all the tribe, all the people. Like one person that says, "Hey, I get where you're going. But remember this, can we tie it in a little bit? Can you think about this way?" And they might not be doing that. Maybe they're just like, hey, this is yours. I'm hands off. You know what's going on. Let's see where it goes. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I always think there should be one person, saying, hey, we need to think about this before we just put this out there.
Right. I'm going to kick off with chat here in a little bit. Let us kind of go through what we're talking about, guys, and I'll let you go through with your question to the chat here in a little bit, but let's let it kind of build a little bit while we're talking. So Moto Viper, what's your thoughts on this? I mean, so let's put it into perspective, Moto. Let's say a show is being produced with no definitive leader, okay? And we said, okay, we're going to have everybody chip in on producing, right? Let's say we did on this show. And I said, hey, everybody just do what you want and let's not. I think it could work because we're all like-minded. Do you think it could work on something like what we're doing? So it makes you wonder, is there not like-minded activity going on? So go ahead, Moto.
I think there's way too many people involved for something like that, for putting on such a production like that. I like Mark Cosplay's comment where he said that in Katie's last interview, that he had filmed so much, and a lot of things have to happen. There you go. Thank you for popping that up. That she was surprised. It hasn't happened so far, so expect things to really take off in the next 2 episodes. I just think it was a lot. I agree with you, what you said, that when that shift happened and there was a lot of rewriting that had to be done, and it was rushed, that it was just too much to have to sit to tell in 8 episodes. So I could see it really taking off in the next 2. I don't know where you're at so far in the storytelling, but I'm thinking we're pretty much where they land on the planet, right?
You're exactly right. If you want to go ahead and take it up from there.
I'm still seeing the Empire planting seeds. Like
Yes.
Jack Black's character to me is a seed, a planted seed. Believe it or not, you know.
Yeah.
And then what Christopher Lloyd had to say at the end. We'll get to that later. What he had to say to Lizzo, Queen. I'm sorry, whatever her name is.
Queen Lizzo.
Queen Lizzo. There you go.
What up, chicken
I'm just seeing all these. I'm just seeing all these seeds still being planted for this whole Thrawn comeback. I think the next episode we're gonna see Moff Gideon for sure.
That would be nice.
Be nice, but I still don't think he's the be all end all protagonist savior.
Oh God no. But as far as production goes, bro, I think you nailed it. Shit went south. They had this hot ass show at the time, and they had to rewrite a lot of things, and they had a lot in a small package.
I'm sure him and Dave had a lot of shit already written up when it's like, oh, guess what?
Yeah.
Rewrite it
move
because
this over here, put her here, move him here. Yep.
that's not an easy thing for them to be able to do. So I do give them credit. They're trying. I do think they're turning around, but so far this season's not living up to 1 and 2, not even close. For my personal preference.
Sorry,
No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say the first 2 that I really loved was the space western vibe. You know, this one's definitely space pirate.
Oh,
which I respect. I mean, hell, Han Solo was introduced as a space pirate.
Butt pirate.
But yeah, I hope it gets back to once this whole Mandalorian clan thing is resolved, and it's us against them at that point, and it's on. I like to see Mando go back to a space western theme, and that might make the silver screen, from what I understand, after the series is done.
Well,
so we'll see.
I think there are characters here that go ahead, Gushin. Go ahead. You go.
No. The one thing that I just got this feeling of, and I may be absolutely wrong. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. I almost feel like Mando isn't the Mandalorian anymore.
Sidekick?
I feel he's been kind of pushed back, and he's not the Mandalorian. He's not he's not the what they're trying to temper on the show right now. Almost like Bo-Katan has taken over that role. Because you saw her, and now look, what did you see? Who would you see her with? Grogu was sitting with her while she's flying, while she's taking over. I don't know. I liked what I saw the first 2 seasons. I liked the interchange between all of the characters, but it always went back to Mando and Grogu. I mean, that's what the show was about.
That's why they keep spinning everybody off, Gushing, so they can get their own shine and everybody can kind of mingle like a MCU or a DC. Like there's some DC television shows and they're all linked together, and sometimes they make cameos.
Yeah.
To go so far away from the Mandalorian and Grogu,
yeah,
I don't think is a good idea for me, and I think for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It could be more than just Dave Filoni and Favreau. It could be the powers that be at Disney that says, "Hey, we have a cash cow, right? Why don't we take a season, introduce as many people as we can, see what the people think about these, so we can make spinoffs for the ones that we think we can make more money on.
And, okay, I wanted to ask this last time, but I'll hit this comment up first.
Just say,
Yeah, Jesse Bowling says, me, myself, I want to see Mando, Ahsoka, and Boba Fett all cross-pollinate each other's shows. Yeah, it would be good.
And real fast, you also have to
I
think
could see a good chance.
that
Sorry.
if Gina Carano would not have been fired, and they were really focused on developing her, where would Bo-Katan be right now?
I think a good so an 8-episode arc. I think we would have seen her a good 3 to 5 times, maybe.
You know,
And that's a strong presence in a show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think every single one, right? But
so maybe they just like pushed her to like fill that void for that character, that type of person to be there with Mando, because that one was taken away from him, right? So now they had to fill that void.
I think Bo-Katan is, if that is the thing, I thought that too. Is like, well, Bo-Katan has gotten a big push, right?
Yeah.
And no offense, she's a great actress. She's doing good in the show. What's happening around isn't necessarily her fault, right? She's doing the best she can. So shout out to all those people doing the best they can. But Marcos, go ahead, takes the next part when Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian plus Grogu go to this other planet. I don't have my names, places, and fucking things. So it's Monday. Monday sucks for me, guys. So what's up, Lord Blanket? Good to see you stopping, man.
Damn. Maybe.
But yeah, about that when they landed right there, because they're gonna go try and find the other Mandalorians, but they gotta fucking check in with Senate first and shit.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, chicken fried steak, real quick. I wasn't hiding, bro. Like I'll fire it up right here, but when I do it like this, it's kind of like like I can't, so I have to like lean over for right.
Yeah, chicken fried steak. We don't hide shit. We
Don't hide
do what we
shit,
want,
bro.
We do what we want on here.
Hey,
Quick question. The whole tracking device thing that grabbed a hold of their ship and lost control. Why is no other planet doing that, or civilization? Why is it only specialized in them? Are they wealthy? Are they extremely wealthy? Do they have certain technology that nobody else has? Like, she's like, oh God, they have her ship.
I can't control my ship at all. Yeah.
because
It's like an anomaly. Like, who are these people? They have the special ability. What happened there? They didn't really talk.
It's full of Empire droids.
Go ahead,
yeah,
Marcos.
I'll tell you too, because the ship should have the technology to block that. Bo-Katan's ship didn't. So the planet, there's probably hella planets that have that, but I mean, it's just a simple fucking tractor beam and shit, right?
Yeah, we get that from Star Trek, but not Star Wars, really.
Well, they did it to Han Solo. They did it to the Millennium Falcon, didn't they?
Yeah, it's been in Star Wars a couple times, but it's so bold. There's so many shows, so many movies. Sometimes we forget. Yeah, they have shown it a couple other times.
Okay.
Maybe there's a droid force, because Yoda could bring that ship in. Ooh, fucking all the droids combined got.
It was Rey and Kylo Ren. They were fighting for it.
Crazy.
Sure was a lot of Imperial droids on that planet, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that was like, okay, oh God, we don't have control of our ship. Like, she had zero clue that could happen, and this technology was just for this planet,
Yeah.
But it was really cool with the whole monorail. The monorail thing was cool, right? When they got in it and it sucked.
Yeah.
She shook me and said, "Oh, sorry." She's like, we don't want to do that. And they're like, yeah, too bad. You're going to go where we want you to. And it takes off, and she's like, whoa,
Yeah. Some people in chat have made some good comments. Just we're on a particular topic right now. Some of those comments are a whole topic in themselves. So if I can't get to them, I will. So I don't want to check. I'm not checking you guys out down there. The Empire's hinted at again, which it's going to be because they're still out there. But they use the Empire uses those tractor beams a lot, which just kind of sets the precedence, Bull and Moto, for what we're getting ready to see with the droids from Clone Wars, right? Yeah, beep, beep, beep. But it's just strange how 4, 5, and 6. Obviously, we didn't see any of those type of droids, right? Because it didn't exist. All that shit was created, and then they created all the 1, 2, and 3 before that. So it's like, okay, we see these battle droids now that we saw in Clone Wars a lot. We haven't seen them for a long time, but we know it's just because, But to me, it's like, well, we haven't seen battle droids since Clone Wars. Why introduce them now? It just reminds me of how much that you're showing the age. 4, 5, and 6 were done. Who know? They didn't know if that the Star Wars universe was going to be this vast. So to me, it's like I'm thinking to myself, "Hey, where are all these droids during 4, 5, and 6?" You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So jumping back and forth.
Unless because of how they can be hacked and used against people, they just decommissioned all of them.
Lord Blanket says Yoda and Grogu are shorter than M3. Damn, balls busted in here tonight. Damn, Lord Blanket.
Thanks, Lord
Easy,
Blanket.
bro.
Thanks, man.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
You're
Hey,
taller.
Hey,
You're
body-
taller than that. You're at
body
least the
shaming.
size of a Jawa.
What up, Prophet Director?
Droid lives matter. Hey, Prophet.
Oh, I'm getting a beer, but go ahead. Anybody wants to talk about the middle section before we get? So we're on the section where they go and they're trying to find. She's trying to find. What's his name? Keys. What's the dude?
Woves. Yeah, Axe Woves.
Axe Wolves.
Yeah.
So that's the whole purpose of this. So we get a
Right.
huge sidetrack to Vizzo, fucking Christopher Lloyd, fucking
Yeah.
Jack Black. Let's discuss that now. Do you want to take that up, Marcos?
Yeah, okay. So they're having fun with the idea that they can fucking, for some reason. Bull, you go ahead. I gotta go grab something real quick.
All right, go ahead. All right. So,
Maisie and Autumn just came back and they had to grab something. So
Boom,
I
boom, just like that.
gotta
Hey,
go
come
grab.
on the show.
Well said, Bull. Well said.
What up, Pack?
that was perfect.
What up?
I was like,
My bad. I got weed.
Hey, what up, Autumn?
I appreciate that. I'll be right back.
During the middle of his soliloquy, he's like, "Bull, take it."
Yeah.
Oh man, deer in the
You didn't know
headlights.
what I was going to say. I was running around the position.
Okay, so we did. So that's the whole point of this. But the huge sidetrack.
I really enjoyed how those two were detectives and they were just figuring shit out really fast and not taking any bullshit. And I loved how, and it's really cool how it showed their two different personalities. Mando did it his way. She's like, "Hey, let me do it my way right now." He's like, "All right, go ahead." And they both kind of worked. It really showed their dynamic as a team during that. And I enjoyed that.
And
So
they actually worked well together
Yeah.
as opposites.
if they have to go through this show being the dynamic duo, I'm okay with that. I really am, because I enjoy Bo-Katan's character. Do I think they pushed the shit out of it this year? Yes, they did, but I'm okay with that too. So I enjoyed the character development between those two, that they can work together. I really enjoyed that. Pass the mic, whoever needs it.
Right. Now go ahead, Moto. We're talking about the whole segment where she goes to find the rest of her crew, and I just felt like this was a huge sidetrack. I felt like this didn't need to be this long. I felt like these characters didn't even need to fucking exist to me. If you enjoyed it, that's good for you. It's just my opinion. My opinion is not fucking Bible on anything.
Well, I mean, we've been talking since we started this. Okay, when's Bo-Katan and when's Mando going to fight? They have to fight to get the Darksaber. They have to fight, right? And you're like, wow, do we really want to see these two characters fight each other? So do I think it was kind of a bitch way to give the Darksaber?
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that at the end.
Okay.
Yep. But that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the pod shows up, they walk in, and sure as shit is Jack Black and Queen Lizzo, and Jack Black says, "Hey, it's a party," and everybody's choking on secretion, whatever the hell that thing was. They were just loving it. And at dinner table, she dangles a little fish at Grogu, and he's all about that. So he just instantly made another friend. And she's Bo-Katan says, "Hey, well, we're here. I need to get my fleet back, basically. You know, I'm here for my Mandalorian squad. I need to talk to them. He
Right.
said, then they say, well, let me show you the view. Come show you the view. And then that's when they say, hey, we got this droid problem here. You help us out with this droid problem, I'll help you out with your fleet, allowing you to approach them, talk to them, if you will. So yeah, a little side mission, and they worked out great. There was a heavily iRobot reference, but I still dug it. Good action, good story, the RoboCops, the little floating RoboCops with the caution tape, and yeah, they worked really well up to that point. I'll stop right there at the story. That was my take.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna read this before you go, Bull. Stray Blue One says Star Wars is on the decline, and we need to be honest if we want better. So, I think we can be honest as long as we're somewhat respectful. I mean, nobody's taking any criticism from hate. Nobody's taking any criticism from just fuck you. Your show sucks. Do better. You know what I mean? So, but true. Go ahead, Bull.
Let's talk about Grogu and Mando. And she said, "Hey, can I hold the baby?" And oh, he really doesn't. And he just,
I'll talk about it. Go ahead, guys. I'll talk about it.
I know he had I know that she had a piece of fish, right? Yeah. And I know he loves fish. But he's a Jedi, right? He might not be a mature Jedi. He's still a Jedi. He's force sensitive. He understands other people's feelings and energy. He just flipped over to her like, "Hey, mama, I'm here. Feed me. I love you. I've been looking for a mama figure."
Yeah, sure enough.
It showed me that she could be trusted, or he would not have done that at all, right?
Everybody can take their stab at this. Marcos, you were in the middle of something and you didn't finish. So I don't know if you want to finish that before we go on with Lizzo. I don't even recognize her Star Wars character. Lizzo and baby Grogu. But you were talking before you passed the mic to Bull. Do you want to continue?
No, go ahead. I'll skip.
You can go ahead, bro.
I forgot what it was.
You got it written down?
Wait, what was what were
we were talking about when this whole sidetrack part during they're obviously looking for the rest of Mandalorians, but their whole sidetrack part with Lizzo, Jack Black.
Okay, so
you're choking on that massive fucking water bong, bro.
Yeah. But fucking whatchamacallit, as soon as I saw Jack Black, dude, I was happy. It took me to fucking Jack Black shit and everything. I know they had a good time on that motherfucker's got to be high. I bet he was able to fucking just be cool and shit. Had his own trailer. That's where I went immediately in my head. Oh, cool, Jack Black's in it. But it was kind of weird. I do like the droid part where Djarin he kicks the fucking droid and then kicks the next one, and the third one's like, "Motherfucker!" Pop.
He bitch smacks him. He's like, "Wow!" He's like,
"Oh shit!" That's right. He gets up and like waves his hand back. Yeah. But the whole sidetrack part, you got to see a lot of the different aliens. They're all like bougie class, sitting at that table. They're all drinking from the same bubbly and shit. That was pretty cool. I liked all that.
You see the fish lady from like episode whatever from season 2, the eggs.
The fish lady's there. Hey, and in the artwork, when you go to the artwork at the end, for some reason in that same room, there's a stingray, like a manta ray flying in the air, and there's a tall being in the back. He's got stick legs. All his like stick legs are like 8 feet and shit, and then his fucking did you guys see that in the art?
No.
I drew him. Oh, he's in the art, dude. When you see him, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" But as it was playing, I was like, "I'm gonna draw this."
You did that sober?
I did, yeah.
I'm pretty impressed.
Hey,
he's gonna be part of the credit collection. The credit collection.
Real quick, dude. I was like, "What would Mark cosplay do?" Oh, I missed it, man. But that's all you got. Past Mike. It was cool. I liked it.
Yeah. So we're talking about, like I said, Lone Dragon's like Lizzo's her name. Lizzo's who the actress is. She's a musician. Not my particular type of musician, but for some people, obviously it works. So here's what I think. So I think somebody touched on this, maybe Bull, that the Mandalorian or something seems to take a back seat as opposed to what he was. This was a heavy space western, spaghetti western, whatever the fuck type of feel for the other 2 seasons. They don't have that feel this time.
Mhm.
And another problem is, dude, Baby Grogu might as well just be a fucking trinket being carried around, dude. He is relegated to no character development, no story, fucking jumping around to fucking Lizzo. That's what you're gonna fucking do with him, bro? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that. Like, he's taking a huge back seat, like he's some just, you know what I mean?
4, Osaka. Season 4, maybe Osaka. You know, get that
Ahsoka?
vibe. I think this whole season, bro, is really just about bringing the Mandalorians back together. I think Favreau and Filoni had to focus on that when shit hit the fan.
But let's talk about character development. That's
Season
where
4.
I see the problem is character development.
We're getting little nuggets of it. You know what I mean? And we want chunks, right?
No,
like
not
we're only getting
necessarily
little
Star
nuggets.
Wars. Star Wars is little things sprinkled throughout with big freaking crescendos, right? We
Yeah.
understand that. But this is different.
Because we haven't got there yet, but he grabs a hold of her cloth and makes sure that she does her little trick with that roly-poly bug, right?
Okay, so he's gonna waste his time using the Force to fucking help her win some goddamn fucking croquet match.
Yes, you know why?
Go ahead, Marcos.
You know why? Because
Marcos.
he knew, and he left Luke. Luke was going to train him the way. Now he went with the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian's he's got to fucking live life and make money. So he's doing his thing with the fucking trying to get.
It's weak character development from what he's been, though. I mean,
it's just been dead. I get what you're saying completely.
Yeah.
The character is weak itself. Grogu is a fucking baby, right?
I think
well, like before I even watched The Mandalorian, that's probably one of the main reasons I didn't want to watch it. It's like there's a fucking kid in it, like a little fucking baby, like a baby Yoda. Like it didn't make sense to me, so I was like, I'll just keep passing it off. So now I'm letting it play out in front of like me, who doesn't really have a Star Wars lore. That's where I'm just like, but yeah, I get it. Like as soon as Grogu jumped out of Rizzo's fucking lap, I was like, I did do that.
It was corny. It was dumb. It was fucking gay. It was beat.
I liked it.
Hey, for me. So, Bull, if you like it, stick to your guns. Stand on your own 2 feet,
I really
man.
do. I thought it showed that they could be trustworthy, and I think it showed you know what? Somebody said that Jack Black might be the evil person here, so he didn't jump into his lap. He jumped into the old girl's lap. So I thought it was cool. It wasn't bad.
Do you think it's
Now I wouldn't go so far as saying evil, Bull, but I do think that he's a seed, another planted seed.
Okay.
This whole backstory, if you will.
well, if you think of okay, let's say development for characters. When they develop fucking Grogu, it's a brand new character out of Star Wars lore. Correct me if I'm fucking wrong. He has not been in any graphic fucking novels, not been in any motherfucking comics. They created him. Everybody loved him. It was a fucking hit. They knocked out of the park, and now they're dumbing it down. You don't. You got to keep that going, man. You got to keep riding it, bro. Till it's, you know what I'm saying, with
he should
reason.
be much more impressive right now than he was the last couple seasons. I mean, he did. Yes, he went back to Mando, but he was still getting Jedi training for a while.
Yeah.
So he should be more. His character to me is a lot less, like almost like dumber and nowhere near as interactive. I don't like it. That's my take on it.
Just because they haven't had to show his abilities doesn't mean he doesn't have them.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Was it first episode, second episode? He comes flying out of that cave with the squinted eyes like a Buddha palm trick, and that cave guy goes flying out. And then again with the roly-poly bug, the way he precisely made it bounce through that thing. And then Jack Black says, I can't believe it's an unbelievable streak. So that meant she did it multiple times, or he did it multiple times, just showing his strength.
Yeah, I think just
little nuggets.
Just like the crabs themselves. If you look at the crabs, we all
crabs.
he wasn't moving those crabs. He was keeping them from going back in the ocean.
Yeah.
And then when he stopped, they all went to the ocean, right?
Right.
So he's always training. He might not be going against some fucking monster that Mando can't beat, and he has to use the Force to control that or beat it. But I do think they're showing little small pieces that he has. His abilities have grown from season to season.
Yeah. DFS says they haven't quite chopped the balls off Mando and Grogu. I got where you're going with that, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
No, I get
where
it
you're
too.
going.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Like I said, I see everybody in chat, guys. We try to keep it symmetry with what the panel's talking about. Try to introduce as much as we can, but so that leads us into what's this guy's name? So I'm gonna be honest with you. When I watch this episode, I'm like, look, I just don't feel like the same energy, the same good storytelling is being told in parts of the season 3 parts. I'm like, look, I'm gonna back off of some of my work, and we're just gonna freelance it. If you're gonna fucking take it nonchalantly, I'll take it nonchalantly too, and that's how we'll approach my show. Also, Mondays suck, but
Yeah, Pac didn't have his Snickers bar, so he's all fucking. I hate this shit.
I think the big picture is it's not laser focused on one or two characters. I think it's character development over a big plane, right? To have all these characters go out and be part of this whole universe that they're creating, or they're piggybacking off and having. So I don't that, man.
But the thing is, when you put Luke Skywalker from fresh out of Return of the Jedi, right? Not after the bullshit we've seen him with fucking the sequels, it raised the fucking bar. I don't care what you say. Putting Luke Skywalker in there raised the motherfucking bar, bro.
Everybody's hair on their back went up when they thought it was Luke. They were, oh my God, it's Luke. Yeah.
And then to see him with the good CGI, and it was nice. It was nice to see that because we all want them fucking stories on screen of Luke after Return of the Jedi, right?
And a lot of people were rejuvenated with Star Wars in general just based off of that episode alone. A lot of people, I don't care what it is, it really helped a lot of people get back into Star Wars. So I get it. So you want more character development over him, or do you want his own spinoff?
This is his spinoff. It's supposed to be.
Who?
Luke.
Well, is there going to be a larger? Is he going to have more of a? They might not be able to afford showing him like this. This takes a lot of money to put him on the screen and CGI him the way they're doing. So it may not be feasible for them to afford it very frequently. Maybe he'll show up more in Ahsoka. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
But my whole point is they fucking knocked out the ballpark when the fucking X-Wing came in. He came in, and then he had some more episodes he was in. You're trying to follow up that. You're trying to follow up Cad Bane. You're trying to follow up showing Boba Fett, even though Boba Fett was a little let down for some.
I liked it.
A lot of the crescendo that happened, man, this is not. It's
what up, OG?
It's on the downward spiral. You know what I mean?
What's up, OG?
OG so much.
I think they're trying to pull an MCU and just try to develop a lot of characters without having own shows.
Be careful. Be careful because So what's more, quantity or quality? You can stuff a lot of shit in there.
Or better yet, maybe they're doing a DC and trying to put everybody in one at the same time and develop every single character in one movie.
What do you think, Gus? What do you think,
they're all going to intertwine for sure.
I do think that they are introducing a lot of characters to try to get feelers out there for spinoffs. I really do, because I mean you got a lot of stuff up and coming right now, but I think they're doing too much at once, because you can put 3 or 4, let's say throughout the entire system or the season, put 3 or 4 new characters into this plot, see which ones really grab a hold of the fans, and then go from there. That won't overtake the entire show. You know what I'm saying? And I think that all these extras and cameos and characters and everything else, I think it's just drowning out the good storytelling. That's just my opinion, though.
Well, Gushing, I felt they did it well in seasons 1 and 2. They had
Yeah.
some good cameos, right? They fucking
Yeah.
nailed it. This is fucking oversaturating. And
Yeah.
these characters don't even feel like Star Wars characters to me at all.
You know what? And to be
We'll
honest,
let M3 go here after Bull. Sorry, Marcos.
well,
Very good.
Dusty makes a good point there. I mean, I enjoyed seeing Christopher Lloyd. I enjoyed seeing Jack Black. I enjoyed seeing last episode the guy from.
Do you enjoy seeing them in a reduced capacity?
I enjoy
blown in?
But I don't think it's good for what's going on right now in The Mandalorian. I think it does draw from that, right? They don't need it. I don't know why they're trying to put those powerhouses in there. They do not need that. You had that in Ando and Grogu. You don't need them.
Yeah. Go ahead, Marcos. Kind of say what you think on it. You haven't talked in a while, man. Tear it up, man.
No. I'm. Well, we were already through the fucking where they did all that. We already did the fucking droid chase, but so then they went into the droid bar and shit, right? Is that where we're right about at? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was done talking about the fucking Rizzo and fucking Jack Black shits, But if somebody else has something else to say about that part, yeah, go ahead. I'll wait.
Yeah. Okay. So Mark Cosplay says, Jon Favreau said that a lot of Star Wars fans don't understand that Star Wars is much bigger than the story arc of one character, quote unquote. Eventually, the Star Wars world will eventually overtake any character. Mark, if you're trying to say that you think that these celebrities, once they've been introduced and are fine for you, that's good. They're being overplayed. I understand that Star Wars is about many characters.
Yeah,
Star Wars is about
a bigger universe.
Right. There's a lot of shit that be happen. I don't need fucking Rizzo. I don't need fucking Doc Brown.
Rizzo.
They're not integral. If you want to bring them in, make them meaningful. I'm like, man, they don't even feel like Star Wars characters to me at all.
Yeah, Doc Brown felt like a Star Trek character to me.
Fuck, dude.
Going back to what you said about how Baby Yoda at the time was so popular, I guess one Halloween Lizzo had dressed up as Baby Yoda, and so she got invited in a future episode, and this happened to be the episode, from what I understand. That's the way I heard it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So let me explain this before you go, Marcos. When we have a woke agenda pushed upon us, we can see it, right? Everybody can see it a mile away, right?
Oh, yes.
All of us in our generation can. When they're trying to build off the backs of just celebrity names, you can see it too. Okay, when Bo-Katan, God damn it, K. Sorry, camera's on.
Katie Sackhoff.
Thank you, Katie Sackhoff. I lost a lot of shows she's in. She's a huge celebrity on her own before she fucking touches base with Star Wars at all, right? You have big fucking names already. Why do you need to just keep hitting at the bat? Well, let's just see if we can keep doing it. Your shit is not fitting. Shit's not fitting at all into the story. I don't care how much clout they have. It don't fucking fit.
I mean, I enjoyed seeing these characters, but I understand where you're coming from.
They're feeding off of nostalgia, not good story writing.
Exactly. And I understand where you're coming from, and it makes sense hearing it from a different perspective also. And that's why I say I love seeing those characters, but we didn't need them. We do not need those characters. We have the fucking armorer that everybody loves. We have, Paz Vizsla that everybody loves, and they have helmets on. We have zero clue what they look like underneath it, right? We know who they are as characters, like in real life, but we don't know who they are, and we still enjoy them. So they don't need those characters. They don't need those people to promote it. Unless they said, hey, we see the ratings, maybe we should try to pump them up with a couple
Katie Sackhoff, these guys don't fucking need it, dude. They don't need pumped up with these. So these are A-list A-list celebrities, but they're doing fucking D and F and whatever the fuck's below that fucking characters.
They're fans, probably, bro. Maybe they're just fans of Star Wars and they got an opportunity. Like, shit, I could be in a Star Wars.
I'm a fan of Star Wars. You don't see my ass getting fucking cast in this motherfucker.
I think you can pull it off, bro.
would. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so if I can go real quick, so this just shows how when somebody really loves Star Wars, how they, they don't get it, right? They just don't get it. And I swear I'm not trying to bring it back to me or nothing, but it's what happened with IDW. Gosh dang, Megatron. I'm like, why? Well, you're just fucking it up. You fucked up my whole fucking thought of how that was gonna play out. But going back to Star Wars, it just doesn't fucking bother me because I'm not like a fucking, like a Star Wars fucking lover other than the first three, right? Everything else is just fodder to me, but good fodder.
Right.
Good fodder.
It's been a while since we heard from Gushing too. If you guys think go off M3.
Oh no. I threw in my 2 cents here and there between Bull and Marcos, but I agree. I think that it's an oversaturation, and I don't like it. But let's go back to what Kaz said. He's made some good points, and if we look back at some of his comments, I do understand what he's saying. With a lot of the fans and everything else, they don't understand that Star Wars is a much larger spectrum. I do get that, and I do understand that Star Wars is a deeper plot. But I just think that what they're doing right now isn't really enhancing that spectrum.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
Let me read this. Ralph Bednarski says Star Wars is doing, quote, guest of the week, unquote, like Scooby-Doo had the Harlem Globetrotters or the A-Team had Hulk Hogan. Bro, welcome to Ralph Bednarski, the man who single-handedly fucking destroyed 3 Live Trivia fucking night is here in the house. What's up, Ralph?
Oh.
Yes, that is what you will be announced at every time you enter the show, bro. You're right, though. He nailed on the head. That's what it feels like. Stop doing it.
Yeah.
Also, read what Mark did say. He said, I think it's a mistake to cast celebrities. That's why Lucas didn't cast Michael Jackson for Jar Jar.
Yeah.
So I mean, he gets it on that.
Yeah. No, I want to say it's before Bull goes.
Sorry.
Everybody in the chat, dude, appreciate your opinion. Everybody in here is a banger, right?
Absolutely.
Cosplay, OG, DFS, Lone Dragon, Lord Blanket. Shout out to Sam the Newsman. He ain't here, but DFS, fucking. Who else we got? Pop the Trunk, fucking
David,
Crazy, Jesse Bowling. We got a
of
lot of badasses here in the fucking chat, and they always support and they got good content. Nobody fucking beefs over shit. We all got some opinions, and it's all cool.
17 watching right now. 17 people watching.
Fuck, your computer says. My computer says 55 motherfuckers are watching this bitch.
I got 5 million on mine. It's like just
542
5 million.
It's
Jar
71.
Jar Binks.
Yes.
Oh, at first I thought Lone said M3's wearing a diaper. That may be true, but no, he is a banger.
No.
It's a long show, man.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. But like I said, the cameos were done really good, 1 and 2. But like I said, a lot of scrambling's going on, and we're seeing it before our eyes. That's just what we're seeing. To think that that's not going to be a domino effect of they've already had John Favreau had a vision, correct? Dave Filoni. They both have visions, right?
Yeah.
The vision changed. And a good writer or producer or director knows that when you do a long story arc, you have to be ready for characters, actresses to potentially be gone. Not everybody can do. People move on. Things happen in life. People pass away.
Yep.
If you ain't prepared for that, it's going to show. So how well can you fly by the seat of your pants and change up your story? It separates the Steven Spielbergs from the fucking low end people. You know what I'm saying? The people that aren't very good at this. So I think he will bounce back from this. But and shout out to everybody who did like the story, did like the episode, man. I'm glad you did enjoy it, and that's good. There's some enjoyment going on.
I'm a Star Wars lover. I love Star Wars. I've always loved. I watched Return of the Jedi in the theaters, and I watched the other ones, on VHS back in the day. But I remember going to the theater and watching Return of the Jedi. And that is my all-time favorite movie. And I think for Star Wars, and I think because I watched that, so I've always loved the Jedi. I love the story of it, and I just enjoy it. I enjoy any content that I can get. For a couple of years there, we didn't have any content.
Right.
And so I enjoy the content that I get. Now, can I critique it? Yeah, I'm allowed to critique it because I'm human and I watch things, and I'm allowed to like it or not like it. So but I've enjoyed it. Do I think it needs to take different approaches? Yeah. Do I think we need to calm down on all these cameos? Because I don't think we need it, because when you throw a Jack Black in there, it really takes away from the screen of Grogu.
Jack Black can act. He could fucking act.
Oh, he's a great.
Right? You ever seen the fucking Jackal? Pretty
He's
good fucking movie.
And he's not a good actor. I'm just saying that you don't need that if you're developing other characters. Every once in a while is okay, but it's felt kind of forced the past 2 episodes. It's forced. It's like, hey, go do this. Go be part of this. Like, get ratings. Do whatever you need to do. It feels like it's forced. That's all.
Yeah.
But I still loved it. I still love it. Any content I love.
Lord Blanket says Return of the Jedi is coming back to the theaters this year.
Yes,
And so, just because we don't want to miss them, Stray Blue 1 is here. This is the way.
Stray. This is the way.
This is the way.
All right. So, if everybody clear on the beginning, middle, we ready to hit up on the end?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tear it up.
We didn't even mention the fucking Quills race, the Ugnaughts.
Oh, yes. Thank you. This is, hey, Marcos knows this shit. Go on, bro. And I miss Quill like a motherfucker, dude. That was a good fucking character, bro.
Yeah, and it was a whole bunch of those motherfuckers in that shit, man. They're all sitting down, and they didn't listen to anybody else until he said fucking.
Until Mando started speaking, because he knew how to communicate with them.
Yeah, which is weird. I mean, not weird, but they're kind of rude. But they just know they're so fucking badass. Unless they hear somebody of their own, they'll stop what they're doing and fucking look up and shit, right? Totally understood. I thought that was cool. And the one that they ended up talking to still looks like Gary Busey, no matter what, dude. Still, I think it's fucking cool.
That just go ahead. That just proves, like, Gary Busey, you don't see him, right? But he has some sort of presence. Between the two with Star Wars was kick-ass. Gary Busey, maybe himself, maybe not kick-ass, right?
Yeah.
That was done well. Go ahead, Bull.
Hey, pull up Ralph's comment. It could have something to do with it.
Let's see. All right. Jack Black comment?
Yep.
All right. Better not be fucking gaslight me, motherfucker. Bull. Jack Black was only in this week's episode to help promote the Mario movie. Good Lord.
Ooh.
That's the shit we don't fucking need. That's the shit we don't need.
Yeah, but we're also in 2023.
Yeah, we're in 2023, and we have shit. We've learned from a long time of what we should and shouldn't be doing. That don't fucking work. You want to pump if that did happen, you want to pump up Super Mario hose in Star Wars? Fuck Super Mario hose. Star Wars is better. We don't need to.
Oh, it totally is better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but that whole story. Okay, so getting away from, I think Pac's thing right here is the glorified part of Jack Black and Lizzo. If you just took them out, you got your Quills, you got your the droids. Cool, man. That looks like Star Wars to me.
It does.
And
what about the droid only bar? Nobody's talked about the droid only
We
bar.
haven't got there yet.
C-3PO.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Marcos.
Yeah. So the droids, and then the beginning with the everything and the end with everything. If you just took them out, you'd probably like it 2 points better. Correct.
I'm going to touch on a lot of what you're saying at the end, but you are hitting on some buttons, and I'm going to touch on. I have had a lot of things I don't like. I'm going to give you what I do like, but we haven't got there yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
cool,
but
cool, cool.
you're on the right track of what I'm thinking. And guys, if you can, it's right there in the chat. If you can hit the like button, it helps out the channel. It helps out us getting a couple more views, and those views lead to maybe some people making comments, us meeting new people. And that's good to know because we've met all you, and that's the way we can help. So if you can hit the like button, we'd appreciate it. Go ahead, Marcos.
Oh yeah. So when Bulls just mentioned the fucking the droid fucking land and shit, the droid bar and shit, pretty fucking cool. And I would buy a metallic blue C-3PO
in a
For
heartbeat.
sure, dude. For
In a
sure.
heartbeat.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Anybody could be like, we could just fucking anodize pain. I know, but to have one, that'd be cool. Anyway, and he was gonna leave too, and Din Djarin's like, nobody's leaving. And he turned his head like, I love that whole
Typical C3PO. He's
yeah,
like,
dude. I love that whole scene. Bo-Katan wants to fucking be all nice and shit, you know, and Din Djarin just hates droids, dude. He's a droid racist, bro.
Good.
Well,
Good.
droids
You know what?
family.
Mark,
Yeah.
I think somebody in the chat, I don't want to say the wrong person, but they did explain, I'm pretty sure it was Mark, why he doesn't like droids.
Yeah, they killed his family.
Yeah.
Those
What's
are
up?
the exact droids, right? Those are the exact droids that
But
killed his family.
yeah,
Mhm.
Marcos is right on the fucking thing. So we're starting to get some Star Wars meat now, right? Not this fucking.
It's just dumb.
Anyway, go ahead.
It is dumb, Pack. You're 100% right, and that's what threw us all. But yeah, getting back into where the droids were, I like the sound of the droid that was the bartender. He's like, "Hey, yo, man, I do want to help you. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't fucking be here. Your lifespans are short." Profit director and what up, T fan page? Profit director Curtis Schultz. That's true. We were all talking about this the other night, Mo Frank and shit. But it just go. It's like it's cool as fuck that they went into the where the droids were, and I'm trying to think what happens after that. And I've seen the fucking shit 4 or 5 times and shit. But as soon as they basically get the key to the city, and they're told like thank you very much, you know, and then she knights Grogu and shit. Oh, but the droids were getting not drunk, but they went in there not to get inebriated. They went in there to get that nepenthe, yeah, oil. With
Think of it as dialysis for droids.
yeah, but now we know that we could put micro fucking what do they call the fucking nanobots in that shit?
The nanobots.
Do whatever.
Robots,
Just to
exactly.
change their hardware and stuff.
Talk about
Exactly, just to get
Matrix.
dialysis.
Yeah, talk about Matrix shit, dude. Just they're all fucking taking that shit and you can program them through liquid. Crazy concept. But yeah, okay, so boom, I like that. They got the key. Little Grogu got fucking knighted. And then they went to go fucking talk to the other Mandalorians. That's all I got to say about that whole center part.
People in the chat keep talking about the way that Mandalorian was going up and kicking those droids, and that was a really good part of the show, man. When he was kicking the shit out of them, right? Trying to figure out which one. I've seen it in the chat 3 or 4 times. So
Hey, it reminds me of the Kevin videos. You ever see like it's a whatchamacallit robotics. There are robotics industries and they make a fucking 5 foot tall fucking robot and they named him Kevin. He just looks like a square arms and legs and they push him, dude. Yeah, they stick him with a stick and he's like and somebody does a voiceover for some of them. It's fucking hilarious, dude. But man, I don't think them fucking with all that technology, Kevin never fell, dude. You could kick him and he would restabilize. Well, the other 2 did. One just he kicked too hard. That's right. Maybe the third one he just said, "Oh,
You should not have done that." Those fucking clone droids.
Oh, so that little beige droid, he's the one in the first episode with Jar Jar Binks.
yes,
They roll into a ball. Also, right? They roll into a ball.
He doesn't. Those don't. The bigger ones roll into the ball.
Yeah, but they're the same. They look like the same family and shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the other droids can roll into the ball. I think they have a force field too. The bigger ones he was
those
kicking.
droids roll up into a ball. Also, the figure does. Yeah, the figure does it as well.
Crazy. Okay.
Ralph Bednarski, I guess he says, "I don't like droids due to I put my coins in for a Milky Way and never got it. The droid kept my money. Man, unfortunate, sir."
What?
That was fucking corny. Sorry.
Machine.
Oh man, good job, Ralph.
Yeah, GG Crazy. He laid Mando out, dude. But in my real quick memory, I thought it was a punch, but it wasn't. It was a hand swipe. Boom. That'd be nice if he came up with just this uppercut and just fucking knocked Mando. Bro.
Yeah, I feel like real quick going back a little bit that. Man, I didn't even take the time to know what your fucking character name was because I don't feel like you earned it. Christopher Lloyd was referencing Count Dooku, and I was like, that's the main reason he was probably here. But I'm like, so Count Dooku's following maybe still out there or some shit, but I don't know. I feel like we're so removed from Count Dooku that, to me, I was like, we're too removed from Count Dooku to for it to really be relevant to me, man. So that was just my opinion.
Real quick, so that's Commissioner Hellgate. He is a separatist. He just wants to be separate from everything. So what was his ploy for hurting people in the city? What was the point of that?
Please tell me, because I checked out like a motherfucker.
What was Commissioner Hellgate's actual intention with hurting people through droids? Bull?
And nobody on the panel fucking knows. So we all kind of why did we fail at wanting to understand that? Because we should have wanted to know what the fuck is he doing. We were just kind of, to me, I was like, fucking get done with this, bro.
I thought it was at the Scooby-Doo ending when he was talking to Lizzo and asked for forgiveness as to why he was doing it.
Shout out,
just to hurt people.
No, it had something to do with Dooku and fucking.
No, but they never explained. They said his name, but they never fucking explained why. I mean, they name dropped him. It didn't still explain the plot twist.
Wait.
Only thing I can think of is he's just some crazy Count Dooku lover. He's like, oh, Count Dooku, I love you, and I'm going to do anything crazy I can.
Those are Dooku's droids, right? Basically, that whole damn planet.
No,
they were all Imperial droids.
Those were the so back then the Empire didn't exist. It was the Republic and the Separatists. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mark Cosplay says the fact he was shot just before he was gonna say Anakin killed Dooku is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's just I think they brought up some shit that's really old that you're having a hard time tying the fuck in right now with what you're doing to be bringing in Dooku and fucking Anakin.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Oh, I see your point. That was a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
For him to bring up Dooku.
How about we sew some other shit up?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right.
He was 117 years old and he could play the part.
So he was actually in. So I love Back to the Future. Christopher Lloyd did a great job in that, right? But they're still playing on it. He was in an episode and had a cameo on The Big Bang Theory. He did a way better job in that than he did in this. So there's that.
I thought he was gonna fucking poop his pants. Sorry, Christopher Lloyd.
I think he
overacted. Hey, homeboy.
But the thing is,
don't do any more movies, man.
Yeah, don't depends.
Just relax and chill at your house, man. Don't do no more movies, bro.
But the thing is, so if I'm an actor and they ask me to come and do an episode, have a cameo, I'm not gonna fucking say no to the money. So it's not the actor, right? That I'm saying, what the fuck? I'm saying it's the writing. It's the people who are saying the casting, right? That's what I'm talking about. If I'm Jack Black, I'm like, yeah, I'll come in. I'll take the money. I'm fucking getting there.
Knob and shit and have dinner at Naboo and shit on Wednesdays over there in Hollywood. Come on, man.
Oh, fuck.
Naboo or whatever the hell. What's it called? Nubo? Fuck, I can't even think of it now.
Mark Cosplay is just saying that they're still separatists out there. It's such a small movement. I don't know where they're going to go with it, though. Yeah. Because you got the Empire and Republic going at it. So where do the fucking separatists come in? They're just going to get squashed. So, let's do the ending. Because Marcos did ask me. He said, "Hey, what about the droid bar? What about these things that feel like Star Wars to you?" Let's hit on the fucking ending, bro. I've talked a lot tonight. I want to hear. We'll start with Marcos. Ending.
Okay, so the ending I thought was done really well. I'm going to keep it short. Basically, when Bo-Katan shows up, there's a conflict of interest with the Mr. Wolves and shit.
Don't you think Wolves just seems like a bitch? I'm like, he didn't last long. I'm like, he shouldn't have. He just don't feel like he's powerful enough to me. Like, go the fuck away, dude.
I don't feel that, man. I think once Mandalorian or Din Djarin told him, "Hey, is this not the way? Like, you believe this?"
I'm just saying for him to lead. He seems like a chump to me, dude.
Wait. Okay, so
go ahead, Marcos is the
hold on, real quick. So now you guys gonna intervene that real quick. So the guy that I remember in the beginning when I was first fucking talking was he was the one that was on the pirate ship with but Bo saved the fucking baby and shit. Okay. He was with her and she already led him at one point. Obviously, he didn't jump in the fucking water. Neither did the other person. Bo Katan, the leader, fucking jumped in the water. So she's a leader of that little crew and shit. So he's probably not gonna fucking go full force and just fucking kill her. I seen his hits. They're all right. He did knock her he knocked her 2 times on top of that fucking ship, dude. And the second time he knocked her, she fell off and fucking shot her fucking thing and pulled him down with her. So the fight scene was really good.
Perfect.
It was a great fight scene.
Whoever coordinated the fight scene, they didn't skip a beat. I thought it was pretty fluid the whole time it went. And kind of like watching, what's his name? Keanu Reeves on fucking the 3 movies, Jack Wick and shit, John Wick. They know what they're going to be doing. So the choreograph was great. I thought that was cool. And then, pretty much I'll pass the mic because I know Bull, go ahead, Bull.
We're gonna have Gushing next. We haven't heard from Gushing a lot. If you could kind of back and forth with M3 on that ending.
I liked the choreography towards the end. I liked what they were doing. I liked the fighting. I think that they had little things here and there that made significant, added to that spectrum we're talking about. And this is the ending is what got me thinking about what I said a long time ago about almost like Mando Dinjarin isn't the Mandalorian anymore. That Bo-Katan is the Mandalorian. I mean, like you saw little things in it. Like, what did Grogu do? He always sat on Mando's lap. He always flew the ship with him. Where was Grogu? With Bo-Katan, flying the ship. And everything's been kind of leading up to her. And then Mando was like, she saved me. So because she saved me, isn't that in fact like defeating me or the way? And here's the Darksaber. So now she's the leader. So I understand that they're trying to push for that part of the story to make her a significant part of the story. I just, I'm not crazy about him and Grogu taking a massive backseat. I understand that there's a lot of interwoven things, that Star Wars is a huge universe, but that I don't like, especially in The Mandalorian. That was his show.
What do you so to talk to you for a second, Gushing? What if this helps this whole Darksaber go to backseat? We can have some more Mandalorian and Grogu action. That would be a good thing.
That would be an amazing thing. If that's the plot direction they go, I think you touch on that. That would be wonderful. Yeah. But I don't know. They've just taken these 2 characters that we fell in love with the first 2 seasons. Yeah. I implore them to expand the universe and invite new characters into it. But don't take 2 of the characters that we adored and were invested in and throw them in the fucking back seat and just shit on them.
All right. So let's kind of have a round discussion table about the ending of this. Marcos kind of introduced it. Gushing kind of elaborated on it. Bull and Moto, the ending. What do you guys think right there? We'll start with Moto.
I thought it was fitting for what they had to do. It looks like everybody's having a picnic as they show up. You even see them see a couple of them throwing a football back to each other.
I thought that was kind of gay, dude. I thought that was kind of gay a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like they're all just chilling. But then as she approaches Wolves and he says, "Hey, you can't. This is mine now, and I rather like it." Right? She says, "Well, then I challenge you." They have that kick ass. I liked it. I liked how they used all the jetpacks. I've never seen the jetpacks used so much as part of an offense as I seen in that sequence. So I thought that was really cool. And then for the whole, hey, you know what? She saved my life, and rightfully so. Isn't this way? And Wolves took him a second, but as he pondered it, he started shaking his head. Yes, and it goes back to what M3 said. You saw it. in the recap in the beginning, you kind of saw how it was going to end up in that direction, going that way.
Yeah, pay attention because it was a precursor, right, for the deal. But yeah,
because then when she saves him, and as he's picking it back up, and the Mandalorian's putting it back underneath his belt. If you look at her face, she's kind of giving a smirk, like she knows by rights, but she's there. She's not there for that. She's there for something else at that time in the series of the season.
Her pussy was wet.
But yeah, she's got that smirk as he picks up the Darksaber, tucking it back underneath.
All right, man. Hey, Lord Blanket, thanks for stopping. He is out, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Later, Sam.
Later. That's not Sam. That's fucking Curtis, bro.
Later, Curtis.
Oh, is
Later,
that
buddy.
being Lord Blanket? Oh, I thought.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he's got to keep it for 2 weeks.
That's
Later,
why.
Lord.
Cream. I was wondering why he had that on there. That's funny. What's up, Kurt?
Jeezy Creasy logic, bitch.
Right. So
I just think the ending was. It
I'll
was.
go
good.
back and forth. I'll go back and forth with you, Bull, on any. Me and you. Go ahead.
I think the ending was good. I think the character development between Bo-Katan and Mandalorian as being one, as being a pair, you do not need them after you've built that up to fight each other for that Darksaber. So I think it was a twist to give her that Darksaber, and once Mandalorian said that, I think the rest of them understood that. But prior to that, the fight scene, I thought it was done really well.
Do you think that was done well? How she obtained the Darksaber? Then do you think that was done well? Do you accept the way that is?
I do accept it because I think all of us had in our minds that they had to duel it out and fight, and there had to be a dominant one. But I don't think that's the way they want these characters to go. I think they want them to be allies. They want them to be close. They want them to be together. So I think it's good that they did not make them fight it out. And I'm okay with her having that Darksaber. Who gives a shit? It has
Right.
nothing
But
with me.
read what Ralph Bednarski says. And I do agree with him on that one.
Yeah, Ralph says Mando has no time for leading. Mandalore
He doesn't want
plus
to.
doesn't
he
want
hates the Darksaber and does not get the concept or even how to really use it. He saw his chance to get rid of it.
Yeah.
You touched on that,
I
Pat,
don't
and
think that he
Bull
wanted-
elaborated. I think you guys are right. I think that this may be the twist and turn for Mando to kind of come back into the more of a significant picture and not be worried about having the Darksaber.
Well, see, here's the thing. She had her blade to his throat, asking him twice if he yielded. And his answer was the Darksaber. Shouldn't you be fighting him? Shouldn't you be going after him? So there was a fire situation right there.
I think
And
she
you,
needed
you
to.
see Din look twice at everybody, and it's like he just figured out a way. Let's put this fire out right here and now. Let's get this group together. That's the way I took it.
So with what Bull was saying, I think we all been talking about how's this going to happen? They're going to fight. There still may be a fight that comes, but I was like, you know what? Shout out to the writing on that. I completely accept how they did that. That makes sense. That was good. It eliminates this Darksaber thing. Bo-Katan can go on. She can try to lead. Good job. Very good job on the ending.
Because Din Djarin, he never wanted the shit anyway. He tried to give it away as soon as he had it.
I don't know if he.
Yeah.
I don't think
this.
he was like, I got to get rid of this motherfucker. I don't think that at all. I don't think that at all. If she wouldn't have rescued him, I think he would have kept the motherfucker. But
I don't
he's
know.
loyal.
I'm just happier with that.
The badass trophy, you know.
That spear.
He would have kept it as a weapon, but not for what it meant.
Exactly.
So my whole thing is, I don't think he saw an opportunity to say, I'm getting rid of this motherfucker. I can't fucking handle it. I don't think so. I think he's loyal. He's honest. He lives by a code, and that code said, wait a minute. She did rescue me. Go ahead, Marcos.
No, go ahead. You go. Keep going.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Man, so that was the most disappointing part of the fucking movie to me. I didn't like the ending because in order to get the motherfucking sword, you have to fucking have conflict. You have to fucking hit somebody. So I wanted Din to be like, let's go, you know, knock her a fucking couple times, so at least she can feel. And then he'll give up to like the other dudes, like, all right, you can have it. I just want to hit you one time, Like, like I feel like at least it keeps the lore with what Moff Gideon told us back fucking 7 episodes ago and shit, right?
It does, but in the back of my mind, I still know that Sabine, right, gave her it to start with. So that's always in my mind. You got it given to you originally when it was supposed to be won in battle.
Yeah.
See, look at
Maybe that's why she wanted it. I don't know. I'm so twisted. I'm really twisted on it because she didn't want it for that specific reason from him, and now she's accepting it. So I don't know. That's the one thing that I'm glad he doesn't have it anymore. But because, like Prophet just said, he couldn't fight for shit with it anyway.
Yeah, but he tried to give that to her prior to her rescuing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, what he said when he defeated Moff Gideon, and he's like, you have to, because he's like, here, just have it, Bo. And he's like, no, Moff Gideon's like, no, you gotta win in battle. He, to him, it's not the same importance to him, but he's not like, fuck, I gotta get rid of this motherfucker. It's not the same importance to him as Bo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And so we were all wondering how Bo-Katan was going to obtain it. To me, I thought, okay, good. Even if he would have fought her, Marcos, you were like, I'd have been good if he'd have just given up. So if they'd have started fighting and he gave up, I'd have been like, bitch, move. No, if you're going to fight, fight. But if he'd have just been like, not really fight you back and give up to him, like, no, that doesn't make for a good, strong character either. In our mind, like, Bo, you didn't win it. He gave up to you. So I would have been like, nah, bitch, move. So if he'd have done that, I wouldn't have liked that. So that's just my opinion, how I differ a little bit. What do you think, Marcos?
Well, he could have easily killed her now that I think of it. If he just would have fucking been fighting her, but had it all in his mind, a way to get her to fucking, oh, are you okay? And just be all swap, fucking just slice her body in half and shit.
But if they were going to fight, I would have wanted a fucking massive fight. Actual winner win.
Yeah, Moff Gideon was balls deep on motherfucking Din when they were fighting in the fucking hallway and shit where the black troopers were and shit.
You could tell
he wanted to kill him, dude. He wanted to kill him.
He was good.
Okay. We got a question here. We're coming toward the end of the show. I know you got something going on, Bo. Can you do that before I do this?
I wanted to let you know, check out the chat, man. There's a huge conversation on this topic right now in the chat. Like 7 or 8 people are talking about it.
Yeah, well, like I said, chat, we have to give you something, and sometimes we need to talk as a panel. I can't get them comments in real good. I try to give them the best I can, but let's see. Let me start. Mando's not a leader; he's a rogue like Solo. OG Skywatch says Mando isn't a leader; he's a rogue like Solo. Why he has his own ship. I think there might be a little more to him than that, but that's a good point, man. Man, did all the side missions got the game breaking saber, but that's what the story.
Yes, OG.
We got next comment. OG says he was a bounty hunter for cash. DFS says, hate to say it, Bo-Katan needs a story arc where she loses the saber again and actually defeats someone in combat. Wouldn't be bad to see her actually battle. And maybe that'll happen. Maybe her Moff Gideon have long history before Mandalorian show started. Maybe. Wait a minute. No, they. Fuck. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Sorry about that. Let's see. Mark Cosplay says, "Okay, I have a question. How would you in Din's shoes? What would you do? How would you if you were in Din's shoes? I'm going to paraphrase this. What would you do? Because the series shows." That he's been wanting to give it to her since the end of season 2. And Book of Boba Fett, he was having trouble. We'll start with Marcos with this question.
Okay, leave it up. Go ahead, bro. Don't take it down. I'm going to read it.
Okay.
But just real quick, all this funny business going on with how back you're saying you don't really like what the fuck are they doing? I could give a shout out to Boba Fett for none of that fucking shit went with Boba Fett. Boba Fett was Star Wars from start to finish.
Dude, that's a great fucking point, Marcos. And you know what? It did have the big problem with the Star Wars community was Boba Fett isn't some guy. He's a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
He's not this nice guy, not the good guy. That's a big problem with that. I just had a problem with the weird freaking the middle of the show, but it got good. But you're absolutely right, Marcos. So good on Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, good on Book of Boba Fett, but okay, I have a question. How would you, in Din Djarin's shoes, what would you do? Because the series shows wanting to give it to her since the end season 2, and
So
Book of Boba
if you
Fett.
were so from the start, Marcos, if you were Din and you had the lights and you had the dark saber, what would you do? Knowing that,
Oh man, I would.
What would you do?
Okay, so I'm a guy all about lore. Like, why doesn't Din Djarin know about this, and why isn't he trying to acquire it in his fucking journey on life? I want the dark saber. Or he's like, man, I honestly don't want to be president. I don't want to be president. So y'all have fun. Is it a political fucking sword? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with that? Because there's a lot of politics that's going on. You know, he's just like, he doesn't really care. He doesn't feel the fucking. It's not like calling to him and shit. So he's like, I know it's calling to you guys. So here, go ahead. If I was Din Djarin, I probably would have done the same thing because I like my own ship. I like being by myself. I like fucking. Okay, I got this kid and shit. We're gonna fucking, I'm just trying to. I can help out and do this, and I want to make some money. It's cool, but it's like almost putting too much. When you think of Boba Fett, or we have Boba Fett and man, look at like Boba Fett for sure. No heart. His heart's gone. He's all about money. You're gonna pay him. He'll fucking shoot that dude. He'll fucking bring him in cold, bring him in warm, dude. Doesn't matter, right?
Well, yeah.
So
I'll take
Mandalorian. Okay, yeah. So, excuse me. Go ahead, Pac. Sorry.
I'll take the question. We'll try to answer the question quick because we're coming up to normal time when we usually end the show. But we still need to give our thoughts over kind of the series, this series far and what we thought about how this played out. If I was Din Djarin, I wouldn't have minded yielding the dark saber to her, but I'm through the course of being me, I'm gonna let her know, look, I ain't taking a second to nobody. I'm my own man. I'm gonna lead and do what I want, how I want. But I understand that I'm already loyal. I understand street sense. I understand how to be respectful. But I'm not gonna succeed to you.
She already knows that of him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He knows that. I think
So-
she understood that even more when he handed it to her the way he did. Right.
Yeah.
I think she already respects.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. The way that he gave it up, I don't feel like he made it was a bitch move.
No,
okay?
it was not.
So I would have just made sure. Look, I have no problem doing this, but you understand, I'm my own fucking man. That doesn't mean I'm succeeding to you. I can go beside you at missions, right? And we can handle shit, but I ain't succeeding to anybody. Go and we gotta get around to this before we go on. Go ahead, Moto.
No, I totally agree. Just I'll piggyback off exactly what you just said, and that's it. I'll pass the mic. Bull.
I don't know, man. A part of me says I would keep that damn dark saber and I would learn how to wield it and I would keep it part of my arsenal. And therefore, I would not only be the Mandalorian that walked or flew around the universe in all Beskar, but also wielded the dark saber too. So don't fuck with me, right? I don't have to be the leader of nobody, but guess what I got? Until somebody takes it. That'd be hard not to do. And not saying that me personally on Earth, but if I was in that type of deal, I'd be like, fuck it, dude. Why not? I got all
but that thing got
saber.
heavier and heavier every time you use it. It got heavier and heavier for him.
But I would wield it
use it for shit,
and it wouldn't be heavy for me if I decided to do it. That's what I'd say. But I'm okay with the way it played out in the show. I thought it was best for the show to play out that way, especially because of the bond and the relationship that was built between those two in this episode. It's been building, but really it showed in this episode. So I'm going to fuck it up. I really am.
Go ahead, Gushing.
I'm kind of torn at the end, considering, Bo-Katan's character, I mean, she had accomplishments, right? She was part of the Death Watch. She became leader of the Night Owls. She did all this shit, right? And she had the ambition to be a leader of Mandalore. Din Djarin never wanted it. And I think that's because of that conflict, but he had the honor to carry it because he had won it in battle, right?
Yeah.
I think the reason why he had such a hard time wielding it was because of that inner conflict and not wanting to be a leader. He flew around the galaxy hunting down bad guys, making money, and he was a badass. So in my opinion, honest opinion, he could beat her one-on-one in combat. He could. Leadership qualities, she's obviously more capable in that because she wants it and he doesn't. So I think that it kind of played out for the better because for her and him, because I would like to see him go back to the role he was suited for, which is an honorable warrior, honest, straight shooter that loves this little Grogu, and that's it. And he wants to, help out the other Mandalorians.
Right, we're getting ready to go. We're getting ready to go to thoughts. Go ahead, Bull, and then we need to get on to that.
Real fast. I just want to shout out to chat. A lot of people said they would take that dark saber and sell it on eBay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there. Ralph, Lone
Nice.
Dragon, y'all cracked me up. You got some funny ass comments in there. I just couldn't get to them, guys. But we see you, man. It's good to have some people make you laugh, man. Appreciate that a lot.
Amen.
Before we get to the ending, what's up, kid with the grid noob? Kid with the grid noob.
Hi,
Did you
kid.
say Kung Fu or Gragu? What
Grid nip. Grid nip. So I want to do this before we do the ending. I want to give a shout out to my crew, M3, Gushing, Bull, Moto. Without them, you can either praise them if you enjoy the show, or you can blame them because without them, maybe the show wouldn't go on some weeks. And I do appreciate everything they do, guys. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Pac.
You guys make the show more than anybody in chat as well. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and fucking talk about the end. I'm gonna touch first because it was with Marcos asked me. He's like, "Hey, dude, there's some Star Wars shit happening." So I talked about if I could have had this episode done differently. To be honest with you, the intro before they even started talking, they gave us the recap, was better than 7/8 of the episode. If they would say, "Here's your intro," here's them flying to the planet. They do. She defeats wolves, right? And that would have been the episode. I'd be like, wait a minute, that episode's not very long. So the last minute's like 5, and then you gave me some like 3 minutes of the meat with them traveling there to do this, and you leave out that other shit, and maybe the episode's like fucking 12 minutes. I'd be like, what the fuck? You gave me a very short fucking episode. But if they just said, hey, we did that because we didn't want to bore you with some shit you didn't need, or I would have been like, respect. So my thing is, the intro was better than most episode. The ending was good. The droid bar was good. So there was meat and potatoes in there. I did not like the episode overall. I don't like where the series is heading with it dipping down, but I have faith in Filoni and Favreau. Go ahead, Marcos.
My favorite part in the movie was when Din Djarin was kicking the fucking droids. I love that fucking scene. My second favorite, oh shit, I'm gonna forget. My second favorite is fucking when Bo-Katan gets socked in the face and she fucking zings her fucking whip down and pulls him and shit.
Yeah.
Sick. And then my third favorite was Jack Black's in this motherfucker. Yeah. I'll pass the mic.
Gustin.
My favorite part's when she gets punched in the face. That's it.
He had less favorite parts than I did. Shout out, Gushing.
That's it.
Oh
That's
man,
like-
episode 6. What the actual fuck? Go ahead, Bull.
All in all, I really enjoyed the episode. I think most people could tell that by my comments. Did I enjoy the characters that I've known the past 20 or 30 years for nostalgia? Yeah, it was great. Are they needed? I don't think they're needed. I think there's enough character development with Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, and Grogu that they don't need those. They don't have to have someone's tail feather to ride on, right?
And also, do you feel like we need squid love, fish love? Do we need that?
Well, I mean, everybody needs a little studio.
No, I don't really think we need. I think it could have been a little bit different. It was
Go
kind
ahead.
of-
I just want to throw that in there. Go ahead.
but all in all, I enjoyed it. Am I glad the way that the dark saber was handed over to Bo versus them fighting? I enjoyed that. Am I glad that the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan, or Din Djarin and Bo-Katan are becoming one and like pairing up and becoming, a team? I really enjoy that. But I do think like Pac does. I think we need more. We don't need to lose focus on Grogu and Din Djarin, because that's the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. Really is. And it's not like those meat and potatoes weren't good. They were really good. So I don't understand why they feel the need to break off when you don't have to. Like the old saying, don't fix something that's not broke, right?
Yes.
And I don't. And that's why the only thing that pop in my head is that they're trying to develop these characters to see if they can have them go off in different directions to make more money, to do different shows, to make more merchandise, which is not a bad thing. That's what businesses are supposed to do. But don't let it fuck up the show, right? Don't let them. But I enjoyed it. But I understand what the panel was talking about. You guys made some really good points, and so did the chat. So I appreciate everybody.
Can I intervene real quick?
I'm done.
before Bull goes or Moto.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Marcos.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
Uh,
Marcos.
Profit Director says, I don't get it. What's wrong with fish love? Hey, Profit Director.
Kelly,
Look, I
already-
even wrote this down, dude. Look, I put, ew.
You know why? There's no boobies with fish. There's no boobs. So, ew.
Fuck that shit, dude. I was
Yeah, ew.
I
Oh my God! So who are the
I
people?
always
That,
love you.
who are the people that have the fish love fetish? Ooh, maybe there's some fetish.
merman, fucking.
Can you imagine on her? If she did have fish boobs and her boobs had those tentacles as the nipples. Anyways, let's go on.
Oh,
Go
wow.
ahead. Moto's giving his thoughts on where we're at right now. In that
I,
moment.
I enjoyed the episode. I did. I agree. The first few minutes, the last few minutes, put them together. You could have had a 29-minute epic battle. But again, with those little, aside from the cameo from all those damn actors, the story, that little story that was told, again, I just pick up on little nuggets, So I see Jack Black as a seed. I see all those droids on that planet. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. We only got 2 more left, fellas. Only 2 more left. So it's got to be something big. Season 4, I'm hoping and praying that we will go back to a space Western. We'll see. We'll see what unfolds. But something happened to where shit got messed up. Everything had to get condensed in 8 episodes this season. We know this. And Filoni, I can't talk. Favreau and Filoni Filoni, they're gonna pull something out of their hat. Watch, and it will all tie together soon. It really will. So as a whole, I really enjoyed the episode.
Yeah. Good, awesome thoughts. I was gonna say something. Fuck.
It's gonna fucking
It's almost there.
It's gonna go on pause until Kathleen's out, have her 2 more year contract. They're gonna hold us from 2023 to 2026 when they ignite this thing back up without her. And Carano's gonna be back. That's my ambition for this show. Cut the bullshit. Quit doing the fucking little kitty fucking shit and make it a fucking Star Wars flick. If you're gonna throw the kitty shit in there, it's fine. But you should have warned me in the beginning, You should have said, because and it's fine, but it just can't get any worse than this one episode.
It needs to stop. It needs to stop fast.
Yeah.
So think about when the ratings are 4 weeks back. We don't get them for four weeks in the past. That's what I mean. What do you think the rating's going to be after this shit? I mean, fuck that. Ooh. Boom.
Save the date. 4 weeks from last Wednesday.
The long episode yet. Oh man. So this has to be real quick. I want to do this because somebody in the chat said it's going to be a yes or no question, or if you got a quick answer. Mark Cosplay asked us because we're getting ready to leave. Third question: will Din regret giving it to her? Because in Book of Boba Fett, last episode, he really needed it. He's referring to the Darksaber. Bull. Yes, no.
Well,
No.
yes, because he had to use it in the past for sticky situations and to help himself defend off people. So yes, as a Mandalorian, as a bounty hunter, as a just a physical being, I really think he needed that in his arsenal. I don't know if he needed it, but he wanted it, and I think he had to do what he had to do in this episode. So yes, yeah.
All right, Frank.
Well, that's kind of hard for me to answer because I saw somewhere, wasn't there another Mando at one time that was a Jedi Knight?
Yeah, that'd be Mandalore. That'd be that'd be our big boy's fucking relative. Fucking
Yeah.
oh fucking
The guy that started Mandalore, right?
no, it's not. It's not Mandalore the Great. It's who's the big dude that?
Well,
Oh,
long story short, what if Grogu
Jin.
ends up training Jin?
Paz Vila.
Paz
Yes,
Vizsla.
thank you, Marcos. Paz
Oh, the
Vizsla.
Vizsla clan?
Yeah, Tar Vizsla. Tar Vizsla was the Jedi /
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
This
I mean,
is-
I'm just spitballing here, but what if he picked up an actual Jedi lightsaber and learned from Luke or Grogu?
The Force isn't something you learn; it's something you have, and then you have to learn in the art of it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pass the mic to Gushing when you're done.
Go ahead, Pat.
What are we discussing?
This question. Third question: will Din regret giving the Darksaber to Bo because in Book of Boba Fett last episode he really needed it? Do you think he'll regret giving it to her?
No, you know what? To be honest, remember when he had that spear? That was
yes.
Badass.
The
Yes.
best.
that was amazing, and he loved it
Yep.
and was really good with it. The Darksaber, like I said, I feel he has a very hard time wielding it because of, we say the conflict within for Jedi or whatever else. Well, it's kind of like the same principle, like those who are worthy. And like he is not, in my opinion, not meant to be a leader in that way. He is a leader, has lots of leader type qualities, but not leader of the Mandalore. So, he's not a politician. He's too direct, straightforward, wears everything on his sleeve. You know what he's talking about. That's what I love about him. Like the kind of like we were talking about, the Western, the Star Wars Western.
Yeah.
That's his character. So I want to see him just go back in that direction.
All right. Marcos, what you got? I'm trying to get out of here for 2 hours. We've never done 2 hours on the show.
Yeah, no, I'm. Well, every time Mark says "fucking give it to her," I think like give it to her. I'm like, why would he regret that?
Good call.
So it took me a second to read it, but no, I don't think he will regret it at all. It's not for him. I don't think it's for him. It's like he don't give a fuck about that shit. He does, but he has to. He's like forever.
He's a badass. He don't need it.
He's forever like entangled with her because she saved his life like 4 times and shit, right? Indebted. He's indebted to her, but yeah.
I don't think he's gonna miss it. Like you said a little bit ago, Marcos, one of his taglines on the other seasons was, "I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold."
Yeah.
He hasn't needed up until this point. He's done well. I don't think he's going to miss it. I feel like if they write it in that he's for some reason don't have it and he needed it, I'm like, no, that kind of breaks character from what he's been. He's been a badass on his own. He's did his way. He's made his way through life with rough circumstances. Don't think he needs it.
Nope.
Excuse me, sir.
No, you're fine.
I would have appreciated greatly if I didn't see his fucking face until the end of the end of the end of the end. I wonder why I don't think that. I mean, maybe I don't know why they did that. I like him to be Mandalorian. We should not have seen that fucking.
Nope.
But it all led up to blah blah blah.
Hey, there's a topic for another show. Next show right there. If somebody can remember, we need to talk about that. Let's talk about it.
I'll write that down.
Is there ever an alternate universe where Star Wars mingles with Earth?
Does Earth? Oh, so we're gonna get off from there. So when you say that, we're not gonna touch. Is there?
Oh,
Does
sorry.
Earth exist in Star Wars universe? Makes you wonder. I don't know.
Well, you know how we say that we could see shit from like a star that's already burnt out and done, it's dead, but it takes 6 million years to get to us. So we're still feeding on that light that it's pushing, right? Because that's just the way light travels. So in a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago and shit, makes sense that it happened a fucking long time ago, but we're just now seeing. Crazy. That's
All
my.
right. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Thanks to everybody. We shout out everybody earlier, and we appreciate everybody for stopping. And this has been the Three Live Podcast with myself, M3, Gushing, Bull 80, Moto Viper, and we're gonna go ahead and get the fuck in.
Bye, guys.
Peace.